Okay, welcome. Let's go ahead and go over the self-start. Rice Krispie Treats are 60 grams for 6 ounces. What is the COP? COP stands for constant of proportionality. Constant of proportionality is a fancy way of saying unit rate. What is this? Constant of proportionality of sugar per ounce. So sugar divided by ounces is the unit rate. 60 divided by 6 is 10. 10 grams of sugar per ounce. That is our unit rate, or our constant proportionality. Is the graph proportional? No. If you look right here, it does not go through 0, 0. To go through 0, 0, it'd have to be down here. It doesn't go through 0, it's not proportional. The third one, solve for x. 15 over 33 equals x over 77. A easy way to do this would be to say, hey, 15 33rds reduces by 3. So that'd be 5 11ths equals x over 77. Times that by 7, which means we need to times this by 7. 5 times 7 is 35. And that is one approach to the problem. A secondary approach that we went through, and this is called a cross product, but it's a fast, easy way to do a cross product. If you have a fraction like this, you find the two that are diagonal from each other. The two that are diagonal from each other, you're going to times, the other one you're going to divide. So this would be 9 times 4 divided by 3. 9 times 4 is 36. 36 divided by 3 is 12. If you have x over 7 equals 9 over 12, and this one's not going to come out pretty, and it's okay, times here, divide here. 9 times 7 divided by 12. This is called a cross product. It will work every time, and you can do it a lot more formally than this. But this is a quick, fast cross product, and it's used for solving proportions. Okay, COVID meme for the day. You know, you have 2020 too long when you're watching old movies of crowds without masks makes you uncomfortable. Class information, our test will be on Friday. Friday is also a short day because we're doing a school-wide movie activity to celebrate the end of first trimester. So you will still have a test. It's just a quick 4-question one, not the longer ones. And then we'll have a shorter class, and then at the end of the day, you'll go to your advisory and watch a movie. Today, we reviewed our self-start. We're going to use equations to solve proportionality. Ultimately, our goal today is that you can switch between equations, tables, and graphs. And if you can switch between those and identify proportionality, you're good. Okay, so our first problem is y equals 10x. And we want to know if it's proportional. If it is proportional, what is the constant proportionality, and how do we create a table? So first, to create a table, I know there's a 2-column table on the PowerPoint. I actually like to do a 3-column table. So my middle column, I just write the equation. I put x here, y here, and then I just add this y equals 10x. So it kind of lets me show my work and think through what I'm doing. I can pick any number I want for x, absolutely any option. Now, math can sometimes be tricky. I'm going to pick the simplest numbers I can. There is no number easier to work with than 0. And 1 is easy, and 2 is easy, and 3 is easy. If I'm picking numbers, I can pick absolutely anything I want, but why make math hard? I'm going to pick 0, 1, 2, and 3 every single time because I want to do math the easiest way possible. So then, this is x. So I'm going to replace x with this number. So y equals, and it's going to be 10. Where are the x's? I'm going to replace it. And if a number is next to that, it means times. So this would be 10 times 0. Well, 10 times 0 is 0. Now I'm going to replace the 1 here. 10 times 1 is 10. 10 times 2 is 20. 10 times 3 is 30. And there's my table. Is it proportional? Yes, because we have y equals rate times number. Anytime you have y equals rate times number, it's proportional. Goes through 0, 0. We have a very constant increase here for our constant increase here. Therefore, it is absolutely 100% proportional. Okay, the constant of proportionality would be 10. So then let's look at 10x plus 1. This one, right away, we know it's not proportional because it's got this cute little plus 1 hanging out there. With the plus 1, not proportional. Create a table for it anyway. X, y equals 10x plus 1, y. Again, I can pick any number I want. I'm going to pick those simple numbers, 0, 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to replace the x with 0. 10 times 0 plus 1. 0 plus 1 is 1. 10 times 1, replacing the x with 1, plus 1. 10 times 1 is 10, plus 1 is 11. 10 times 2 is 20, plus 1 is 21. 10 times 3 plus 1 is 31. At this point, you've got a nice pattern going, easy to see. Is it proportional? No. Right here, we've got a 0, 1, which means it does not go through 0, 0. Okay. Is equation 5x proportional? Yes, because there's just a y equals rate x. If it's y equals rate x, it is proportional. We can fill in that table. X, y equals 5x, y, 0, 1, 2, and 3. 5 times 0, 5 times 1, 5 times 2, 5 times 3. Just replacing the x with the number. 5 times 0 is 0, 5 times 1 is 5, 5 times 2 is 10, 5 times 3 is 15. And then to graph it, 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, 15, 1 and 5, 2 and 10, 3 and 15. There's my graph. Would 5x plus 1 be proportional? No, that plus 1 makes it not proportional. You could do a table and graph as well for that one. Let's go through these quick questions. Which of these equations would be proportional? Thinking, thinking, thinking. The answer is 3. Why is it 3? Plus 4 right here, this plus 4 makes it not proportional. This minus 4 makes it not proportional. This plus 4 makes it not proportional. Notice the negative doesn't really matter. This one, looking at the table, is it proportional? So to determine if a table is proportional, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 11, 12, 13. Let's get 0, 0. 5, 4, 3, 2. I'm going to add 1 and 0 to my table. Well, 13, 12, 11, 10. This is going to be 9. This is going to be 8. There's no 0, 0 on that table. It is not proportional. So to determine if a table is proportional, we can get a 0, 0 if it doesn't have it. We also need to check and make sure that it's going up by the same amount each time, which it is. And I'll show you more on that in a minute. Question 3, which of these equations would be proportional? Look it over. Thinking, thinking. Answer is 1. Why is it 1? Because y equals rate x. Does it matter that the rate is negative? No, it is okay. Rates can be negative. This one, you've got an extra number. This one's got the extra number. This one's got the extra number. So really quick, I want to do a summary of the 3 things and how to tell if they're proportional. First of all, for a graph. If you want to know if a graph's proportional, it's got to go through 0, 0, and it's got to be an absolutely straight line. Those 2 things, it is proportional. For an equation to be proportional, it's got to be y equals the rate COP x, rate times x. Anything extra, it's not. One tricky one that they might throw at you is y equals 3x plus 2 minus 2. Because plus 2 minus 2 is 0, this is really just y equals 3x, which means y equals rate x. That's a tricky one just to watch out for. Our third one is tables, and I said I'd talk more about tables in a minute. So tables has 2 parts. First of all, it's got to have that 0, 0, and then it's got to be hit kind of a constant rate. And I want to show you on the rate part of it because kids are really good at finding the 0, 0, but not so much to the rate. So here's 2 tables. 0, 0, 1, 2, 2, 4, 3, 6, 4, 8. And you can see, and here's another one, 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 4, 3, 9, 4, 16. So the first tables kind of start out. Let's look at why this is not proportional. They both have a 0, 0. So you might be tempted to say they're both proportional. However, this one goes up by 2, goes up by 2, goes up by 2. 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 2 is 6, plus 2 is 8, plus 2. This one goes up by 1. But then it goes up by 3. But then 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 plus 5 is 9. 9 plus 7 is 16. So it's not going up by the same every time, which means it's a different rate. If it's a different rate, it is not proportional, even though it's got that 0, 0. So 2 things you're checking on table. Does it go through 0, 0? And if it doesn't have a 0, add the 0 to the table. Second thing you're checking on a table is, does it have a constant rate? Is the rate the same every time? If it meets those 2 conditions, it's proportional. Have a great day.